Welcome everybody to my channel. Today we are going to be doing another YouTube video. For today's video we have a review of a Yolopark figure. This figure is Optimus Prime from Rise of the Beast. He is part of the AMK series. So let's get into it. So this figure is pretty nice. We're going to start with the head. So for the head, pretty nice sculpting detail. We got all of those lines. Unfortunately, his neck is quite thin, but most poses you won't be able to notice it. So yeah, it's got a little bit of greebling detail on the top there. Pretty nice. We also got the shoulders. These are also pretty nice. We'll go into posability as a separate thing. For now, I just want to look at the figure. Pretty nice sculpting detail all around. You got the Autobot logo. It's actually slightly raised. I think it's hard to tell. I think it is very slightly raised. That or I'm touching this and I'm not noticing. But that's probably the case. But yeah, pretty nice. He's got the spinal column back here. Just nice red and gunmetal gray detailing all around. You got a little bit dark red right here. Got these back panels and like pretty nice looking arms as well as some fists. Got nice looking chest with the windows, as well as this is pretty cool as well. I like all the detailing on this guy for the most part, at least. It's got red forearms as well, mostly red. And then we also have the hip skirt. And then we also have it in back as well. Some nice silver detailing, nice and shiny. And also have the backlight, I believe the tail lights for the truck mode right here. The knees, we have some nice. We got some wheels. They spin as well, which is pretty cool, as well as some nice. And yeah, so now let's actually get into the figure's posability. Sorry if my camera's a little bit not focused. It's just hard for it to focus for some reason. So posability wise, we got a lot. So head, like normal, can spin all the way around. Can go this far up roughly, that far down. This figure does have an extra joint here. You might notice it. Extra little joint at the head. We have some, you can go, these can separate, or not separate, but can kind of go out to accommodate for the arms. You can go that far up. Focus. Camera. Here, we're gonna zoom it in. That far up. You have a nice butterfly joint. You also have a bicep swivel. You can go all the way around the shoulder. And then you got a nice elbow bend. If you move this thing forward, you can get a real nice elbow bend. And there are swappable hands as well, but you do have wrist rotation. So you can all do all those nice things with the wrist because it's on a ball joint. You also do have a side-to-side ab crunch. If you extend the figure, you can actually get a pretty nice ab crunch. Depends on how far you extend it. If you extend it up to here, you can do it real nice. But generally, you don't have too much wiggle room if you don't have it fully extended, or at least extended enough. You also do have the classic waist rotation. Fortunately, it is actually inhibited. It seems like it's inhibited slightly. Yeah, it's like right around here. It's going to be inhibited by the back, but generally you're not going to need that much. Legs, if you move these out of the way, you've got plenty of articulation there. You can go forward. There's also a drop down hip, so you can go even farther forward. Put that back up. You can go back. You're going to have to move these out of the way, though, to actually put them back. So, like that. Like I said, drop down hips, so you can go pretty much as far back as you want there. Got a nice little swivel, or a nice little rotation here. Nice knee bend. As well as some articulation at the foot and a toe bend. So that's pretty nice. Alright, so, ow. Okay, let's get the zoom out here. Camera's really horrible. I need to get a new camera. Well, to be fair, this is my phone camera. Anyway, this figure is nice. I will say that. He has 3 different, or 4 technically different options for hands, including two of these 2-handed things, and then a couple extra hands as well. So let's zoom in on the hands. So you do have these generic fists. We're gonna show off the right hand because they are the same, pretty much on both sides. Take off the fist there to actually, we're gonna move this up a little bit so that way you guys can see a little bit better. If you want, you can also switch to a more flat hand, a spread out hand. So that way, maybe you can have grabbing something, or have his hand on someone's shoulder or something like that. That's kind of what I did for one of the poses I had with him earlier, because I have the Scourge figure as well, which we'll be showing off in a review later. But yeah, pretty nice. Just a flat hand with all the fingers extended. If this guy would, yeah. Unfortunately for this guy, hands are quite annoying to get off the ball joints, but not horrible. Could be worse. We also do have this 2-finger kind of point, I suppose you could call it. So, yeah. Fortunately, there isn't a 1-finger point option because I don't know. They just did it this way. Okay, sorry y'all. This is a little bit annoying to get on. Ugh. One thing I will say is that these hands are quite annoying to get on the ball, often on the ball joints. Of course, I don't want it being incessant, really easy. Maybe find it in between, but yeah. Got this as an option as well. Pretty nice. I will say, overall, this is a nice figure posability-wise. If the fingers were articulated, that would have been perfect, but figure's hands are too small, so I completely get it. You also have another option where you can kind of do this. It's kind of weird. You can kind of... Unfortunately, there aren't any options to hold his Energon axe reasonably well. I've tried to put it in this hand, but it just doesn't work. But yeah, it's like I believe this is more of a trigger finger sort of thing. So when he's like holding his, maybe an ion blaster of some sort. Yeah. So let's now get into our weapons. I took off his hand again. So here, let's just go into. So for weapons, he does have a few options. We have this blaster here. Looks pretty nice. This is the hand blaster. Now, what I do with this is I split this. I'm not sure if this is the intended way to get it on the hand, but you're supposed to put it on a ball joint hand. You put it on. You gotta really put some pressure on it to actually do it. I usually have the habit of just ripping off the arm and just putting it on separately. So generally, So you're supposed to. You see this part of the ball joint here. That's like kind of closer to the edge. And then you see this part here. Notice how it's kind of inward, like that, kind of slightly. You just put that in. There we go. Okay. Then connect these back like that. Then you have your blaster on prime. So yeah. So you can kind of do whatever you want posability-wise with that, however you pretty much want it. This does also spin around as an option if you want that. But we're going to take that off. It's easier to take off than it is to put on, let me just say that. Now for our next option, for his good old hand here, or his weapons, is this here. There are 2 of these. There are also 2 of the blasters here. So what I always do is I put them on here. So I just clip them onto this part of the peg, flip it around, and then I put whatever hand on that I want to. I almost always put on the fist. like I said, comes with 2 of these. So ideally, or you can have both for something. So we're gonna put that down. Pretty nice looking. I like the detailing on it. Shiny metal. Or not shiny metal, but you get the point. It's supposed to be metal. Or at least on the character. Alright, sorry about blabbering. I'm trying to get this figure back in its original stance. That way it doesn't fall over on me. But yeah, his final weapon is his Energon X. However, I have not found a way to put it on. So yeah. Anyway, usually to take this off, I just grab this and then rip it. You can take it off without having to take off the hands, which is good. You can also put it on without having to put on the hands. But yeah, I give this figure, I would say, an 8 out of 10. I don't think he's better than the AMK series Scourge. I say that primarily because of the fact that I think Scourge just does what he does better. I think he's in my opinion, I just love the look of Scourge, and you know, it's that version of Scourge is really nice, and I just think that this guy does have his nice look, does have good things. I will say that he does have plenty of good things about him. I would say there are a couple things that kind of drag him down a little bit, but yeah. Anyway, that is the end of the review. I will see you guys later. Bye.